Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Porn Star Confessions. Today I'm super excited. I've got Cole Connor. Welcome, Cole.
Thanks for having me.
So, so how long have you been in the industry for now?
I started my OnlyFans mid-October 2020.
Okay.
So then I did my first studio for Raging Stallion December 3rd, so like not long after. And then so it's been about three a little wait, what is it? I'm so jumbled right now. I like just came from set. I shot for men.com actually for the first time two scenes this past week. So I've driven down to San Diego and back. This will be the third time this week. I'm like, I have no idea what day it is. I'm just
Wow.
kind of a mess. So math might not be my strong suit right at this moment. But I think it's been almost 4 years, actually.
Okay.
So in October, I guess it would be four.
All right.
But
So,
I guess my porn star birthday would be like March 5th when my first studio scene came out.
okay.
Yeah. Or would it be when I shot the first scene?
I would say when you shot the first scene.
Then December 3rd is my porn birthday.
Okay. So let's go back in time.
When Cole
What was
Connor
your
was
life?
born.
Yeah, what was your life like growing up?
I grew up in Lexington, Kentucky. Um, I was raised Jewish, like Reform Jewish. Uh, my my dad's side was Jewish. My mom converted, and she was actually like more into it than my dad was. I was bar mitzvahed. I went to Jewish summer camp every summer. I was a counselor there when I when I was old enough. Um, Actually, like into like my second year of college, I worked at that camp like
Wow.
in the summer. So I was like the climbing tower specialist and a counselor. um, what else? I did like uh, I was like always like the youngest kid in my class, so I was like really little. Like I should have been. I probably should have been in the year behind me
Okay.
because I have a summer birthday. So I was like, like I was tiny until my junior year in high school.
All right. So how old are you now?
I turn 42 in a couple weeks.
Oh shit. Okay, so we're the same age. I just turned 42.
When's your
Okay.
birthday?
May 28th.
Oh, we're almost a month apart. I'm
Yeah.
the 21st of June.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Damn. We're
yeah,
really close in age.
yeah. So
Okay.
you're a Cancer,
No,
or is it not?
Gemini.
You're a Gemini. I'd always forget which
Yeah.
one's which because I'm like both because I'm on the day. I'm on the day of the
Wow.
cusp.
I never followed astrology.
I mean, I don't. I mean, like people always want to tell you about yourself when they know your sign. So like and me being like a cusp, like I know stuff about cancers and I know stuff about Geminis, but I don't really know much about any other sign. But except I do tend to have like Scorpio women in my life, and hate I really don't like Leo men.
Okay.
Especially if they're straight. If they're gay, it's okay. Like I can deal with it. But Leo women, I like. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It's stupid astrology.
I don't know. I've actually had a lifelong experiment that I've just been conducting. Like if I just meet someone at the gym or something, or and someone asks me my sign, I'll always tell them something that's wrong. I'll say I'm a Scorpio, I'm a Cancer, I'm a whatever. Every single time, no matter what I say, they're like, "Oh yeah, I was totally gonna guess that." I'm just like, "Oh." All right.
Well,
Oh,
I mean, if you think about it, they're kind of written so that they're written generically,
yeah.
so that if you read a horoscope, you're like, oh, that's happening in my life. Yeah, that makes sense. So,
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. So are you still religious to this day or no?
no, I mean, I do still have, I mean, I have like a strong Jewish identity, like because it was like such a big part of like my childhood and like my young adulthood. I just don't, it was never really that important to me to like make sure that I only make Jewish friends when I move out to LA and like do Jewish things and join a synagogue and you know, like it just wasn't a priority for me. Um, I can see myself like doing some getting back into some traditions like here and there, but I I I don't really like organized religion all that much. I think it's problematic more than it is
Mm.
helpful. So
So it basically it left an imprint, but it's not a defining trait of your life.
yeah, I mean I would say I'm like non-practicing. I went to a Seder this year. Like when I before porn I was a personal trainer for like over 10 years and I had Jewish clients and I would, you know, I'd go to their seders or like,
What's
you know,
that?
I'd get
Sorry.
a like a Passover seder. It's like there's a holiday called Passover. It's in the spring. It correlates with Easter.
Okay.
Like Jesus was at his last supper was a Passover seder,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Gotcha. Okay. So what did you do when you turned, I'm assuming like you moved out at 18. What'd you do then?
No, I graduated high school actually at 17. Then I turned 18. Then I went to school. I went to college in Indiana at Indiana University, Bloomington, and I graduated from there in well, 2005 is when I technically should have graduated. When I got all my credits done at 2005. I never, this is stupid too. I never applied for graduation because I was like, what the fuck? I'm not looking for a job. Like, I wanted to move out to LA and be an actor. Like, what do I need to, like, I'm sure they'll send my degree home to my parents. Like, whatever. So, so I never like filled out the paperwork to like actually graduate. And then, I'd lit in 2015 or 2016. I was like I wanted to get another certification that you need a college degree for, like CSCS or something. And I was like, oh, okay, I need to get that from my mom. She probably has it. And she didn't have it. And I was like, I've never seen it. I'm like, I don't know like where it is. So I'm like I get in contact with the school with IU. I'm like, where can I get a copy of my degree? Like what? And they're like, oh yeah, it looks like you never applied for graduation, so you have to fill out this form because it's been over 8 years, like to make sure the things haven't changed, the what's it called, the requirements for
Requirements.
the haven't changed, and they hadn't, so they were like, okay, you're graduating in the spring of 2016.
Wow.
So makes me sound young.
Okay. So what'd you do then? You said you wanted to
Uh,
go to become an actor?
yeah. So, um, yeah, I think I always kind of wanted to do that. I never really like want. I definitely my dad's a doctor and like I guess I thought about that growing up. I was like, I don't like school. I don't want to go to more school. I don't want to be in school for fucking ever. So, um, yeah, I haven't really used my degree. I got into fitness and like after working in like bars and restaurants after college, um, and like I like did a little acting and like modeling stuff. I never had like that much luck at it though. It was like I was still not really confident with my sexuality and like still kind of like I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to show that. I didn't want to be like labeled like a gay actor. So I think that held me back and it stopped me from like being a better actor.
Mhm.
Um, so uh, I did like I did like improv and sketch comedy stuff and scene study and all this. But like I did it for like a few years, and then I finally was like I was always interested in fitness since college. I started working out like just to be hotter, like my sophomore year of like college. I just wanted more attention, and then uh yeah, so I kind of like was self-trained, and then I got a job at Equinox in West Hollywood, and I was there for like a year and a half, and then I went private, and then I was private for like 10 years, and then COVID happened, and then I became a porn star.
Wow. Okay, so I'm curious, when you were going through the, waiting and bartending and applying for acting gigs and all that, because you
Mhm.
always hear about that. That's like the stereotypical path that someone follows when they move out to LA. How common was that? Like, did you know lots of other people doing the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, I was in acting classes, so of course people were just moving out here you know, to become famous and to become famous actors. That's always the goal. But I don't know. I think people like eventually find other things that they're interested in too. Because if you're looking at it, if you're from Kentucky and you love movies and you love TV and you like want to be a part of it, like the easiest thing, the first thing you can think of is like, oh, I want to be part of that world, like and be an actor. But then, because you don't know anything else about the industry and like what other places that you could fit inside of it. So like maybe you would be a good writer, or maybe you'd be like a good producer or a director. So um, like a lot of people, I think, start with acting and then eventually find something else within the industry that they are good at. So I think that that's happened with a lot of people that I know.
Hmm.
Um, so
I never, I never really thought about it like that. That makes a lot of sense. But what was the appeal of acting to you? Was it I want to be famous? Was it I want to have lots of money? Like, was there a singular? Do you see what I mean?
yeah, I mean, yeah, I think from afar, like when you look at celebrities, when you look at famous actors, you're like, oh, everything must be like super easy. Like there's plenty of money. Like they get plenty of work. You get to work with cool people. Like you get to do cool things. Like it just looks like a fun lifestyle. Like you could say the same thing about being a porn star. But I mean, like I mean, there's all everything is hard. Like there's not, there's still a lot of things that you could complain about if you wanted to. But um but like I don't know. I think I just lost my train of thought because I'm so like ew. Um
You're talking
mm,
about how there's
oh
just a lot of things to complain about. Life really isn't perfect.
yeah, I think I just wanted to like tell stories. I like storytelling, and I think I like it through movies. Like I've never been like a huge reader. I know that I sound like an idiot when I like I wish I loved to read, but I just don't. So I like the medium of like film and television as for
Yeah.
storytelling. Um, so, and I like acting too. Like it's fun when I get to do stuff even in porn. Like I just like with the stuff for men.com, it was like it's like there's like silly fun acting things to do that just kind of like make it more interesting. And I don't know. I think a lot of people like to see that in the performers instead of just like you can scroll through Twitter at any time and see sex, 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 sex.
Yeah.
But like, if you're gonna
So you
do a
like there to be
production,
storyline.
yeah, even if it's just like a little like vignette, like a short or something, like it doesn't all just have to be like Pound Town. Because
I
like
get it.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're like as performers, we're like more than that. It's like that's good and everything, but like we have other skills. Most of some of
Yeah.
it.
Okay. So going back to the working out thing, you said originally you got into it because you wanted to look hot, but did that evolve and change over time to, wow, I really love this, or, I love the endorphin release, or I have more energy, or I have more sleep, or is it still motivated by, I want to look hot?
Um, he, I mean, positive reinforcement is always a good thing. Like when people tell you that you look good and that you're like, keep it up. Like you should, wow, what have they been feeding you? Like, oh, like I remember
No.
going back home to Lexington, like after I'd been working out, during a break from school and like seeing people from high school and them being like, oh, you're kind of hot now. So that's I mean like that's fun. But I like in coaching and training other people, like I've found out I'm like a really good teacher. I'm a really good like movement coach. I manage people well. I do a lot of things well that came from fitness, that I found out about myself through fitness.
Yeah. So, would you say you enjoyed your time as a personal trainer, or like
I
were there any
did,
negatives?
yeah, of course, there's always negatives. There's always something to complain about, like I said. But clients annoy you sometimes, but you have to be nice and be, you can't be like, you can't just like fire someone when they piss you off. And I hate waking up early. Like I'm not a morning person. I'm like waking up at fucking 6 a.m. And I mean, sometimes I needed to take a client and they wanted to work out at like 5:30 and I just had to do it because I was like, I needed the business. I hated that. So because I still work out like midday. I've got to be up for a while before I
Mm,
do anything physical. I need to eat something before I like lift. Um, and so it was kind of good in that way where like I could kind of go in the morning, train 4 people in a row while I'm still like waking up and like eating in between. And like then I go home, take a nap, go to the gym, come back, shower, go back to the gym and train more people. It was just like it was like a bit of a hamster wheel. So that's um and I never felt like I always felt like I had trouble getting ahead. Like whenever I thought I'd be like making like I'd have a full schedule and I'd have plenty of clients, but then something would always happen where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make a lot of money this month. My projections would be like, oh, cool, I'm gonna be set next month. And then like somebody goes skiing and breaks their fucking shoulder and they're out, and or somebody moves, or like it like all of these things can happen and it tend to happen all at once. Like it just happens where like you lose three clients at a time, so that like not your fault. But then all of a sudden you're like, okay, well now I've got three fucking big time slots to fill.
Yep.
And so that was frustrating. And I'd say I was kind of looking for a way out of fitness a couple years before COVID. I kind of was like, I started doing online coaching. Um, I went through one of those programs where you like pay 10 grand and somebody teaches you how to fucking get clients for online coaching and like do Facebook ads and like what to post and like do organic, like find people on Instagram organically to train. And I like, and it was good. I like made money doing that, and I did that in COVID. Also, I like picked up a lot of people during COVID that like wanted to know how to work out at home, and I like made programs for them based on what they had at home to use. But it was so boring to me. Like I just fucking hated it. I just was like, ugh, I can't do this forever. I'm like, I don't really care. Like sales calls and like, ugh. It's like, I don't want a desk job.
Yeah. No, I
And
get
and
that.
what I liked about training was like the movement part was like teaching people how to move correctly
Yeah.
and like lift things correctly and mobilize and do all this other stuff. And I can't do that when I don't have them in front of me.
Mhm. No, that makes a lot of sense. I fuck that. Yeah, no, the sales calls and all that shit, and just
Yeah.
constantly having to seek out clients. Okay, so I get all that. I get why, or when you're telling the story of how something happens, I was thinking in the context of like, oh, you're having a really, really good month, and then like a pipe bursts in your house, or you need new fucking cars or new tires on your car. You get one of those like unexplained expenses.
Oh yeah, no, that shit happens too. But I'm talking about like but that shit happens also when you think you'd be fine, but then also three people dropped off of your schedule. So then you're like, ah, like panic mode.
Yeah.
And there's not really anything, not like at that point, it wasn't like I was just gonna like create an account on Rentman and like start escorting. I wasn't gonna do that then.
Okay, so I get why you were getting tired of it. I get why you weren't wanting to do the online thing. Walk me from that to let's do porn. 'Cause that's quite a
Yeah. Well, I like porn a lot. I always have. So I was doing some photo shoots with this photographer, like for to promote my fitness, like my online coaching. I was doing like fitnessy photo shoots with him, and then he wanted to do we were gonna do one the next day. I asked him what I should bring, if he wanted me to bring anything, and he's like, oh yeah, like jock straps and like we want to do some nudes and blah blah blah. I'm like, great, I can't use any of that on Facebook. uh I'm like, I mean, like, if I had an OnlyFans, maybe it would, but it doesn't make sense. He's like, why don't you have an OnlyFans? I'm like, why don't I have an OnlyFans? Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do some nudes and we'll do some like tasteful pictures. And I'm like, I'll start an OnlyFans, whatever. I'll, all I was gonna do was like photography and maybe like some solo stuff. And people were signing up like as I started to promote it on Twitter and like very lightly on Instagram. Like I wouldn't, I didn't want anybody to know about it like in my families yet. So I would only like tease. I would like do stories when I knew they'd be like asleep on East Coast time. And like I'd be like, sign up, exclusive content, blah blah blah, with like a thirst trap. And then I'd take it down before. But I mean I was getting a lot of subscribers and uh when I tried to do solo stuff with my so that the photographer became my cameraman and still is. And when I tried to do for him to shoot me like doing solo stuff, I was like, I hate this. And like I do not want somebody filming me uh like jerking off for a camera. I'm like, I'm gonna have to start fucking people. Like, cause I can do that and I can do that on camera.
Wait, what?
At least I can be into, I can put all the energy on like, I'm enjoying myself if I'm with someone, but I hate doing stuff. I hate making solo content.
So you don't care about at the time fucking someone in front of a camera, but doing solo made you uncomfortable?
Doing solo I was like, it's gonna get old real fast. People aren't gonna want to watch this for very long. I'm gonna have to start collabing with people.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm not gonna want to do this for very long, but I will want to collab with hot guys all the time. So I'm like, I know that much. So, and there was a lot of people to do it with in LA.
No.
Now
Do you
there's even
remember your
more.
first one?
My first collab, I'm pretty sure my first one was with Raheem Shabazz. Like, I I had like hooked up with him years before, like before anybody knew who he was too. I think I like picked him up at like a at like a bar in West Hollywood. And like we hooked up. Maybe like we didn't talk much after that, and it had been a long time, but like when I started promoting on Twitter, he he sent me a message on Twitter and was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I started OnlyFans. And he's like, come over. I'm gonna make a couple scenes with you. So, so I went over and, I filmed a few things with him and that gave me a little jump at the beginning too. And then it was just like, then once uh, I think I filmed every day in November of that year, except Thanksgiving. I filmed something every day
How the
with somebody.
fuck did your dick not fall off?
Well, you can have sex once a day
Well,
without your dick falling on.
yeah, I like regular, like normal off-camera sex, but
Yeah, but the
on
thing is,
camera is a little different.
yeah, but it's not like a studio shoot where you're like
Yeah, that's
doing
true.
it for hours. It's just like filming a hookup most of the time. It's just like
Mm,
20 minutes, you know? So.
okay.
It's yeah,
Every
it
day.
seemed like it like I was enjoying it. It was fun for me. I didn't it didn't feel like work and I was making money from it and I was like I kept getting more subscribers, so I was like, why stop? Like that and like people were like wanting to collab with me, so like I was getting hit up and like by a lot of good people and yeah, so like I did that one scene for Raging Stallion, and then they signed me as an exclusive. Um, I signed that like New Year's that year. So, and then like once I was an exclusive, that helped me like legitimize
Yeah.
me as a performer, I think. Made people want to work with me.
So do you, because you kind of went from like dipping your, big toe in the swimming pool to like jumping right in the fucking deep end. My question though is, do you remember at a certain point thinking to yourself, okay, yes, we're definitely doing this. We're going all in. This is going to be like our full time job.
Yeah, I remember kind of like freaking out about it when like once I was like Raheem had me come over and like film with some bottom that he had picked, and he was kind of in the background. He like wasn't really gonna be, he was kind of in and out of the scene. Like uh it wasn't like about him. It was like he just kind of set it up and like had the cameraman and like we did the scene, and then we were like standing around waiting for things to like upload on like a tablet or like to airdrop or whatever. And we were sitting there, and it seemed like a while, and I was like naked, and I like looked around. I was like, what am I doing? And like, what is my life? I'm like sitting here, like just filmed myself. Like, we just filmed for like an hour fucking this guy, and I'm like now waiting for I'm like, I don't know, and he's like posting it on Twitter, and like I just was like, I kind of like had a little moment of anxiety, and like I got in my car and was driving back home, and I just kind of was like, it's like, oh my God, what is this? You know, like I don't really know. I can't I can't think of what the resolution was for that, except maybe except I was just like talked myself out of like a little panic mode. I don't know. I think I just kind of like had to breathe and be like, I don't know. I think that was also before like anyone in my family knew about it. So I was like, how big is this gonna get? And like I just didn't know. And this was like shortly after the first collab with Raheem, so it wasn't like I was planning on doing studio stuff yet. I don't even think I had come up with the name Cole Connor yet. Um, so I, I mean, like now everybody in my family knows, and I told my mom like maybe like 9 months into it. Um, and I was like, because I was tired of making small talk with my family. Like, oh, how's work? I'm like, online coaching is great. Yeah. Um, Meanwhile, I'm like at a content house, like fucking 20 guys. But
So how did that conversation go?
it was great. My parents are great. My mom, I was, uh, I was driving back from shooting a studio thing, and I just was like in a good place. I felt really good about what I was doing, and uh, you know, who I was around and what I was working on and the money I was making. And I was like, yeah. I was like, my mom asked me that, like, how's work? And I was like, I'm kind of doing something else now. And she's like, oh, okay, what? And well, have you ever heard of OnlyFans? And she's like, no. I'm like, well, it's this like platform that you can. put exclusive content up and people can subscribe to it. Porn. It's porn, mom. I'm doing porn. And she was like, oh, okay. I was like, it's actually going really well. So, like you know, I I'm still online coaching. I was still doing that um because I had sold people programs. I was just kind of like waiting for, I wasn't renewing people anymore because it was just like too much to do all of it. Um, but I was just like, I was like, I'm having a really good time making money. I feel good about it. And she was like, well, I just want you to be happy. So, um, yeah, so it was good.
All right. What about Dad's reaction?
Well, Dad, I didn't really get the original reaction because my mom told him before I could. I was
Oh,
gonna tell him, so I think that was in like September. I told my mom, and I was gonna tell my dad when I came back for Thanksgiving for the first time since before COVID. Um, and then I was talking to my brother, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna tell Dad when," and he's like, "Oh, he already knows." And I was like, "Oh, really?" I was like, "Who?" It's like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure Mom told him." I was like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess that's good. Like, it's had time to process it, and it won't be a shock." And so like I remember I got there to my cousin's house where we have like a big extended family on my dad's side in Louisville, and we went to my cousin was hosting for everybody, and I got there before my dad, and when he got there, I was like, let's go on a walk, and like we made a fucking bourbon drink, and we like went and walked in the neighborhood, and he was like, I was like, so I guess you know. I guess you know. He's like, yeah. He's like, I was like, well, I'm having a good time. It's just kind of like, I was kind of tired with fitness, and I'm like, it's going well. So he's like, well, yeah. He's like, I mean, you can't do it forever, but, um, but yeah, I'm like, so it wasn't a big deal for him either. I
oh,
just, yeah, not, it's, no, like grand crazy blow up.
all right.
I think my family we don't do that. We don't really do that.
All right. No, I think that's amazing. You have such supportive parents.
Yeah.
But one thing though I was curious about that you had said earlier was when you were talking about when you were like trying to get into acting and all that, you had said that you were like totally, I don't know what term you use, out, or like you didn't totally accept.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when exactly did you come out? What was that like?
Well, so that was um so when I was 20, so I started training when I was 28. And then I was living in California since 2006, and my parents split up like a few years after I had moved out, so I didn't see any of that like separation and like divorce. So, uh, and I just kind of like didn't share with them like part like I've never been like a huge dater. Like I never like had a serious relationship that I like didn't tell them about. Um, Nothing like substantial, I guess. Like, and I just felt like it wasn't really something I needed to share with them, I guess. It's like,
Mhm.
um, but I know now that like the reason I told them about the porn was because when I told them when I turned, like right before I turned 30, that I was gay. And then this like distance went away between us. And when I started doing porn and I wasn't telling them about it, I felt that again. And I was like, oh, no, I can't do that again. So, um, so I think, yeah, it was nice when I told them I was about to go on a gay cruise with a client, like an Atlantis cruise with one of my training clients. And I was like, what the fuck am I gonna tell them that I'm doing? Like, I was like- and or like where I am, or like what, like I have no. And I would remember like walking with a different client of mine, like an older guy, um, and he came out later in life, like he was married and has kids, and he's like a big developer in LA. Um, and I would always go to Brentwood and like walk around in his neighborhood with him and like train him, like give him a training session and like at his house. But we would talk a lot when we would walk, and I told it, he was like, "Your parents don't," like it came out that I hadn't told my parents that I'm gay, and he's like, "You haven't?" He's like, "They don't know." He's like, "You," he's like, "You have to be like authentic. You have to be like your authentic self." And uh, so like he kind of convinced me to tell them. So that was very nice of him, because I would not want to go until I'm 65 years old in the closet. I feel like it's a
Yeah,
lot to miss out on.
for sure. When did you come out to yourself though? And what I mean by come out to yourself was do you remember at what age you felt comfortable going to like gay bars or gay clubs or being affectionate with another guy in public?
I always felt comfortable. Sorry, I'm grabbing. Oh no, it's
You-
empty. Oh no. Oh well. Um, I always felt comfortable in like queer spaces, and I had gay friends and stuff. I just didn't. I don't know why I thought that it was. I mean, like I was with women too and stuff, and it's not like I was like, ew, gross, a pussy. Like it was not like I liked having sex with women, and I like enjoyed it. I liked my relationships with women, but I my experience with like gay sex was like I only did it when I was like I had to be like blackout drunk, like so I had an excuse to be like, oh, that wasn't me. That wasn't what I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
So, I think I finally was like, I think I hooked up with a guy in like before I moved out to LA, and like it was just like a hot hookup. I think his name was the same as mine, and he had the same birthday. And I was like, that was actually like really hot and really cool. I'm like, I think when I go to California, I'm gonna do that more. So, so then I did, and I stopped feeling like I stopped feeling like mm, I don't know. I couldn't embrace it. I stopped feeling like I couldn't be like, oh, well, that's just. I'm like, if I'm bi or gay, like, who fucking cares? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, it's just if it's what I want to do, I want to do.
So you just stop feeling self-conscious.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
So
think I was self-conscious like growing up for a long time about so many things. And actually, I think fitness like gave me more confidence and more mm, like made me think more highly of myself,
yeah.
you know.
So How would you describe your sexuality now, if you even want to label it?
I mean, I'm gay. Um, I hadn't, I hadn't had sex with a woman in like over 10 years until like November, I think. And that was with like a straight couple that hired me.
Uh,
And and like the guy didn't want to do anything with me. It was like we were just all the attention on the wife, and I was like, oh, this is fun. It's like it was a fun time. um, so yeah, I that was a fun time. I would have done it. I would have done it for free, but I didn't do it for free.
okay. So has porn, like, since, I mean, because you're well past jumping in the deep end of the pool, has porn had any negative impacts on your life so far?
Yeah. Uh, hmm. I mean, not everybody is not everybody's cool. Um, I think I mean for me, because I had this like weird attack thing happen to me like right at the beginning of my second year of doing porn, like when I was like on the way up, like just everything was
What?
going so well. So like I was trying to go to an after hours with some friends like in Hollywood. Like I had just moved into this building in Hollywood. Um, and like I had a friend visiting me, we had people over, and then we were gonna go to this after hours. It's called Reload. It was like late, it was like 4 in the morning, when we were like talking about going. So like it was like around 5 by the time we like get to the place. I had my ID and my vaccination card out like before we got out of the car. Like my friend, one of the guys was driving and we parked. I had it ready to go so we could just like walk in, and I like opened the door and they weren't ready to get out. So like I shut the door, put my ID in the seat, and then when everybody was ready to get out, we got out and I didn't pick up my ID. So we all got to the door, which was like a block or two away. And I realized I didn't have it. I was like, oh, fuck, my ID is in the car. So my friend gave me his keys and I went back to the car by myself. And I got jumped by like 5 guys and just like beat me up. And like, I, like I had a eye surgery from it, like my orbital floor was fractured, so I had to do that. I ruptured my hamstring tendons on both legs, so like trying to get away, trying to like sprint away, and it was like it was a mess. So um, I mean, I got away, and uh, then I had to the eye surgery had to happen fast, but it took a while for them to even like diagnose the hamstring tendon ruptures because I was like I I just was like I was like in a weird shock. Like I actually went to like one orthopedic surgeon and got an MRI and scheduled the first of what had to be two surgeries. And then 2 weeks before the surgery, they're like, "Oh, guess what? We're not in your network, so you're gonna have to find another surgeon." And so I like had to start over again. And then I was like, it had already been like a couple months. I found another great surgeon, and I was like, look, can I put this off? Like, do I need to do it right away? Because I would like to work and like make money, like I need to. And he was like, yeah, it's fine. You just do it when you want to. So I waited until the fall to do it. I was on out of commission for like 4 months. Um, and that was pretty much my second year in porn. So, oh, and I got monkeypox in the summer, so that was fun too.
Jesus. Do you
um,
know what caused the attack? Like, was
I
there
think
any
it's just
rhyme or
like
reason?
I think just like thugs, wannabe thugs in Hollywood, just wanting to fuck someone up.
Wow.
So, so then anyway, so it's nice now to like be like back working and uh like feel positive about things again because it took like it was after those surgeries everything was like rough for a while and because it had happened so far away from the attack like I got shit from people for like try like milking it like like pretending that I like making a bigger deal out of it or something. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I really wanted to. Thanks for your fucking empathy, bro.
Wow.
Um, so yeah, it just was not. It took a while for me to like get back to like working a lot in studio and like even even like working a lot with like just collabing. I was like, I have scars there now. That's like a very unfortunate place for a porn star to have scars. But, um, but I've had like laser treatments and like, uh, things to make them look less visible. But there's always going to be something there. I just don't know if people care or if it's not something people want to see or like yeah I just don't I went through this like oh people aren't going to want to watch me do this anymore.
Dude, sorry, I gotta stop you right there. Scars look fucking badass. Like, you could have a fucking scar down your face, and that shit doesn't look bad. I've never seen a scar look bad. Like, people just look at it and think, damn, Cole's a bad motherfucker. Just
Yeah
my
I
humble
know,
opinion.
yeah I know, I guess I just like um I don't know, it just was like a dark place for me. I just like I didn't feel like I just was insecure about like how what why people liked me in the first place. And it's like, what if I don't have, you know, I don't know. I just felt like very insecure about it. I still do a little, but I'm like, uh, but I've come a long way from that.
No. No, so you're still insecure about it to this day?
I'd do anything to make them go away, but that's not really an option. So. But I mean, like, I'm just glad and grateful that I can work out the way I want to, that I squat and deadlift what I did before, and I don't run so well. I don't run so well anymore, but like, I don't really like running anymore. It's never a big
No.
run. But, yeah, it was like, it was a difficult thing to go through for an
Yeah.
extended period of time. So
I can imagine. Well, for what it's worth, I think scars just give you character and make you unique. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, people always know who's getting fucked. Even if you just see the, even if you just see the ass.
All right. So we talked about the negatives. What are the positives? Like, what has porn done for you that personal training, for example, wouldn't have?
Um, uh, excuse me. I have I mean, I really like doing my podcast. Sorry for asking, which
Oh,
is
go
like
for it.
about porn and with like one of my best friends, Adam Ramsey. Um, so that's going well. I mean, nobody would want to hear me talk about that as a personal trainer. And I like I don't know. I just I'd have to think about that more. Nothing is like jumping out at me right now. I'm trying to think if there's like I don't know. I guess I just know um I think I get more out of sex now, actually, been having being a performer and like knowing knowing that like I can make myself feel a certain way about someone or something. If that makes sense. Like um I can now get like more turned on by just like wanting to be, I guess. I don't know.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Not
No,
really,
scratch that. It
honestly.
doesn't make sense. I'm trying to think. I'm just a better, like, I got better at sex from this, like,
Okay, that
from
makes sense.
performing. Like, and I noticed doing stuff that was never a big verbal guy during sex. It just, like, didn't occur to me to do that. But then, like, when you're shooting a scene and the director wants you to, like, talk a lot and make a lot of noise, then you're like you kind of have to like figure out what to say, and then it like kind of bled into my my recreational sex. So I was like, oh, I talk more than I used to, and I kind
Oh,
of like it. um I'm not very kinky or anything. Like, I'm pretty vanilla. um I don't want to kink shame or anything, but like I find a lot of kinks kind of silly. um, and just like performative, I think,
okay.
you know,
No, I get it. I mean,
or like gimmicky. It's like if someone does something all the time and that's what like they're known for as a performer, and like because you love it so much that that's all you can film.
no, no, I've seen this a couple of people go down that road.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know. I think you always have to have somewhat of a connection to vanilla or regular sex kind of as your foundation. You know, you always
Hmm.
need to have a connection to that because if you go too far down one of the kink roads, you kind of lose yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm trying to think of an example.
Well,
You just said you
well, okay,
I
I'll
had
give
a
you an
thought
example.
because of something you said, and then I like it slipped away.
I was talking about how you need to have like vanilla as a foundation, and then some people just go far too far down that kink road that they lose themselves.
Yeah, but I think it's like a lot of times they go down that for like shock value, you
Yeah.
know? I feel like it's just kind of like I'm like, really? You just love fisting people? That's like really just gets you there? Like I'm like it's not I don't know.
Mm.
I don't want to kink shame. I just am like, I don't understand it personally. Like for me, I guess I get it, that it's like a power thing. It's like a dom thing, right?
Mm.
Because it's like you're giving someone like this ultimate feeling of pleasure and like, or like, so they say. I don't know. I've never done either one, so I don't.
Okay. So this might tie in with it, but have you noticed, like, when you're doing studio shoots, the number of really young guys who can't naturally get an erection or orgasm? Like, we're
Mhm.
talking early 20s, and I'm like, "What the fuck, bro?" Like, when I was your age, the wind would blow and
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, I know a lot of people need some kind of like visual aid, especially like when it's time for like cum shots and stuff.
Yep.
Like sometimes, sometimes I've done it too. Like I've had to pull up something that like on my phone because if it's like if I'm topping in a scene like and the bottom is already cum, like
Mm.
he's off limits to me now. Like I'm not gonna just fuck him until I come. So I have to I'll just be like, I'll get this done faster if I just do
Yeah.
it myself. And they don't need, yeah, we don't, it's just unnecessary. Um but yeah, I think I know that like a lot of younger performers are more like image conscious. Like they're always worried about like what they look like on the especially if like if they're used to shooting without a cameraman, if their content usually for their own stuff is all stationary cameras and they can manipulate everything and like be like make sure that it's exactly what they want to do, which takes me the fuck out of it. Like I don't want to shoot with someone like that. Like I want it to look raw and real and filthy and like sweaty and fun and
Yeah.
like I don't want like this boring stationary fly on a wall camera. But a lot of people love that. Like a lot of the audience is there for that,
Yeah.
but probably a younger audience.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I agree with you. I prefer something that flows naturally, that's more organic,
Hmm.
as opposed to like if you're literally getting up to move the camera every 60
Yeah,
seconds,
it's annoying.
yeah, it's hard to get into it.
Yeah, it's hard
It's
to
like you
stay
get into
into
it,
it.
stop,
Yeah.
just fuck this. Okay. So other than your podcast, which I'll give you an opportunity to plug, what are the things that you're like really passionate about in life? Like what like really gets you going?
Um. Oh well, I really want to, like I mentioned, storytelling. I want to make a show based on my time in the gay porn industry. I want it to be like a 4 season series.
Wow.
So I'm kind of like outlining that and everything now and like developing the characters and everything. So I think it would be pretty compelling and fun to make. That's probably like that's probably the next thing for me. I also want to direct.
Really?
Um, yeah, there's just not a huge market for like new gay porn directors, I don't think.
It's true. It's pretty much same ones over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Okay. So your show though, we're not talking like reality TV. We're talking something like
No, it would be
Vikings or
scripted. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like the L Word, kind of like that, for queer as folk.
Well, yeah, but I think more like it'll be pretty wild. It'd be like Euphoria, but I want it to be funny and like and sexy and like queer and like all of this like I haven't landed on whether I want it to be like a half hour or an hour because it will be dramatic. It will be like there will be drama and comedy, but um I'm not sure I haven't decided on the format, the time format yet.
What
But I guess I'll
what
just
is
have to write one.
what's like a regular network TV show, but then you watch it without the commercials, what, like 44 minutes, 45 minutes, something like that? Go with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can do, I guess you can do anything now. It's like all streaming
Yeah.
anyway. It's not like, um, but I mean, like, I like a show that you can like, that doesn't have like a lot of like boring part. Like, I like a half hour show because it's like, it's easy to binge and it's easy to get through. And it's like fun and you like can't wait for the next one. Like, it's why you stay up till 4 watching it until it's over. Um, because I kind of want I want people to do that with it.
Uh,
But
aren't you too old for that shit now, though? Like staying up till 4 a.m. to watch a show? Fuck that, dude. Midnight's my
not when
limit.
I
I'm
don't
done.
have to wake up at 6 a.m. to train someone's ass.
Okay, actually, I meant to ask you that earlier. So let's say that tomorrow, you're just shooting content, so you can wake up whenever you want. What would your ideal time to wake up be?
I like I like 9:30.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
late.
yeah, it's
And I'm
nice
guessing
because then I
like
can stay up. Then I can stay up till like 1 or 2.
okay. I'm guessing like 1 p.m. gym and then 4 p.m. shoot, something like that.
Yeah, I like a 5 p.m. shoot. I'm like it's
Okay.
usually 5. Tomorrow I have one at 5:30.
Okay. Our
But
schedules
yeah,
are
usually it's 5.
similar.
Yeah.
All right. So what do
But
you
I like,
do?
yeah, I don't like to wake up and I don't like to wake up and like get ready and go to the gym. Like
Yeah.
my body's still cold. But I do like, lately I've been doing more like fasted cardio just at my apartment gym because I can just walk over there and jump on and do it for 20 minutes and then eat.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you do in your free time? Let's say you didn't have any shoots coming up this weekend, for example.
Um, I, oh my gosh, I'm probably waste a lot of time. I watch too much TV. Um, I, hang out with friends. I do, uh, like I'll go on hikes, whatever. Um, I don't know. What do I do? What do I do? Go out to eat, cook. Uh, I was gonna say something else, and now I can't remember. A lot of times I'm just kind of like I feel like what I do takes a lot out of me and it's like being social and being with people all the time. I need a lot of time to like decompress by myself. So I need a lot of alone time.
Gotcha.
Um
So would you say you're more introverted then?
uh, no, I think I'm like a balance.
Okay.
I think I'm like balanced, but I know I get when I come back from like a shoot that I've been around people just like the whole time. Like I've been in a house with other people. I've been filming with other people, just like nonstop interaction. I get home and I'm like, okay, I gotta fucking chill out today. And I also
Yeah.
have to do like like a lot of like organizing content and like,
Hmm.
computery stuff, making clips, teasers, scheduling posts, making reels, taking pictures. Like
Yeah.
it just never stops. So it's not really like um it's not like I don't think of I've never really thought of like, oh, what am I doing this weekend? Because like I could take a day off whenever the fuck I want to. Like,
No,
you know, because I've
I
always
know.
worked for myself too. And when I was a trainer, I worked like the only day I didn't take clients was a Sunday. So I like for a long time I have a good work ethic. I just need a lot of alone time to do that. So I think that's why I like recently was like, you know what? I don't really have much of a, like I've been kidding myself about like my desire to travel everywhere and all the time. Like that's just something that like I developed because see people doing it on Instagram and I'm jealous. And I'm like it actually fucks up my whole fucking next week. It like I'm I think I'm pretty adaptable, but I like structure and routine. Um, yeah, things throw off I'll eat like shit, like if I can't cook for myself all the time, and you know, I just need I like I'm not a control freak or anything, but I'm like I just everything is kind of a distraction. Everything can feel like a distraction a lot of the time.
You and I are very, very similar. Very similar. Okay, so I noticed at no point in your story did you talk about a relationship. You dating anyone right now, or
Mm, no, I'm not. I do I think I do well single. I'm like not I mean I a year is usually like enough for me with one person. And I would never be in a not open relationship.
okay? So with that being said, maybe your future boyfriend or husband is watching this video right now. Describe your ideal man.
Mm,
Physically,
mm,
not physically, all that stuff.
um, I do think that I need like a guy that's more of a top. I'm like fully versed, but like I'm also lazy and I also yeah, I can be lazy. Like I'm not like a nighttime sex person. That's why I like 5 o'clock. I'm like I worked out, I showered, I got ready, like let's fuck and then let's eat and like watch a movie. And um I don't know. There just can't be I don't do jealousy. That's like it's such a turn off to me. Uh like I am always like when I especially doing what I do, I'm like please if they want if they want to sorry hold on. If they want sex from me and I'm like I just filmed like a couple hours ago. I'm like, go, by all means, go find someone, get on Grindr, like, go find someone else. Like, I'm like, please. Um, so I'm not like jealous like that. I would rather them, like, I like the others, I like the more intimate stuff. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
you get tired of having sex with the same person all the time anyway. Doesn't it gonna end up that way anyway? Like,
Not for me, but I'm a unicorn. I think 99% of people would agree with you.
yeah, I mean, I've also never really dated someone that I just like couldn't keep my hands off of. Like, I've never had that. So, um, I don't really know what it's like to have that. So, I just assume it doesn't exist for
Mm,
me.
okay, in my experience, if a relationship starts off on that, like, oh my God, I can't wait to just ravage you, that
Mm.
fades off. For me, the best sex comes from the first time you have sex with the person. It's like, not really, and there's not really much. And then your chemistry becomes built on like love and respect. That shit only gets better and better and better and better and better. The
Yeah,
sky's the
but
limit.
if the first time I have sex with someone it's lame, I'm not gonna do it again.
I'm telling you, it doesn't.
I'm gonna be
I,
like,
I
okay,
promise it
well, we
works.
tried it.
I promise you. Just
Subpar.
next time you have subpar sex with
Yeah,
someone, they're
some
interested
next
in dating you.
do it again.
Stick around.
I don't know. I don't know.
Any
I'll
other
have
traits
to
you can think of?
um what rich, that'd be nice. um I don't know. I'm just gonna say generic things. I can't. I'm like a sucker for like big legs and big ass. I like that.
So you would prefer someone who prefers the top, but you want them to have a big ass.
Hmm.
That's okay. Good luck
No,
with
I
that one.
mean I want them to be versed because I'll like I want to fuck them too, but
Okay.
I just want them to be more. I just want them to like want to fuck me more.
Okay. I get
Yeah,
it. So like 80-20, maybe?
even like 70-30.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean sometimes. I don't know. It's different with what my verse situation is like. I don't always want the same thing from one person, or I don't want both things from one person a lot. Like some person, I'm like, oh, I only want them to fuck me, and I only want to fuck that one. So
Yeah.
no
Okay.
switches. But yeah, it's not it's not always both for everyone.
Okay. Any other plans for the future besides the show and your podcast?
I don't know. I feel like I'm just kind of like I feel like I'm still coming out of this like hard year and a half. So I haven't really like I haven't where I like wasn't thinking about like what I want to do next. So it's kind of like just those two, just like focusing on what I'm doing now and like being open to like opportunities that come my way. Like that's enough for me. I don't need to make like huge big plans right now. Because I'm just glad that I'm like not where I was a year ago.
Nice. All right. You got a couple fan submitted questions.
Uh-oh.
Who's your favorite actor to work with?
Mm. So that question is so like, oh, it's it's not a fair question because like I just don't remember everyone. Like there's just a lot and I can tell you I had a really fun scene with this guy Joel Hart on Thursday. That was and like we left like um for men.com. We left like I drove him. We went and got a drink afterwards, and I drove him to the airport. And I was like, that was probably like the most fun scene that I've shot in a while. And he was like, oh yeah, totally, me too. And it was just like it was like easy. We were into it. Like just it was just a good day on set. Um, and I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think when else I don't know. What's the next question? Well, I'll
Okay.
think about that. I'd have to
All
look at
right.
my like spreadsheet of like performers that I've, like actually Roman Todd, I felt the same way. That was like a really, really hot scene that we filmed. Um, one best duo at the Grabbies. Uh, that was like, I was nervous that I was actually both times I was like nervous that they weren't really gonna be that into me because I had met Joel before and he was like with his boyfriend and didn't really seem interested at all. And Roman what is like bi or pan and like married to a woman and I was like, hope he likes me. Like I didn't know. I just didn't know how it was gonna go. And it
Yeah.
like turned out that that there was a good connection with both of them. So that's like what when I know it's going to be a good scene.
Okay. All right. Someone asked, what do you attribute your sudden rise in success to? So basically, how did you become so popular so fast?
Um, I I like jumped in the deep end and I swam. Like I put myself out there like fast and all the way and like I made it. Like I said, I like collabed every day. Like that I just made it. That's what I did. And uh I think it I was always I didn't I I made a conscious effort that I did not want to like Photoshop the shit out of my photos and like I didn't want to airbrush everything and like I wanted to be authentic. I wanted to have sex the way that I wanted to have sex on camera. Like I smile and I giggle and like do all of these things that like maybe aren't the most like butch masculine fucking things to do. I don't care. That's how I have sex. So like I'm comfortable having sex. Like I like it and I wanted to show people that like it can be a lot more fun if you let it be.
Yeah.
So I think maybe people responded to that. Um, and yeah, I mean, I worked with a lot of already good people that had good followings, and so I didn't really have to worry about. I've never really had to worry about. I know people that like won't collab with people unless they have like a certain number of fucking Twitter followers or something. And I'm like, that's fucking lame. Like if I want to if I want to fuck them, I'll fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's just I don't get when people like don't want to show their face and
Yeah.
don't want to like don't want people to know about it and like want to be like I just don't get it. I'm like, how do you expect to make any money doing it that way if you don't push it all the time?
Agreed. All right. Someone said they absolutely love the gray. Don't dye it ever. Not really a question, but
Just a
I
compliment about my
yes,
gray.
I would agree with that 100%. I've never seen gray look bad on anyone
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, I've only dyed it. I dyed it like once or twice just to like try it, and I was like, it's not really worth it's not really worth the hassle. Like I'd rather just be gray.
Yeah.
I've had gray for a long time too, like all through my 30s that I was getting gray.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Here's a good one. How do you handle online trolls, especially those that think that you're getting beaten up with stage and fake? That was discussing the bullying online over that incident, and you still see comments about it now and then on the sword and straight up gay porn.
Yeah, there. I haven't looked at them much. Like I have, I have seen it, but I'm like at the end of the day, I'm like I don't like these people don't know anything about me. When they're like, I remember one that was like saying that they saw me at a pool party like 3 days after the attack, and I like something. Yeah, it was like their timing was like, I'm like, oh, well, actually, I had my fucking eye sewed shut from a surgery, so I definitely don't think I was bouncing around fucking at a pool party in Hollywood that you were at, that your dumbass fucking thinks they saw me. I'm like, I don't care. Like, these people are like, not, they're just not good people. Like, if you write something like that, then you're trash. It's just like it's that simple.
Yep. Well, they're projecting their own self hatred on you.
Yeah, great. Awesome. I'm a good deflector of that.
All right. So I got
Now, I mean, I've definitely seen things that have gotten to me for sure, and like
yeah.
that I've like thought about and like been like, but I mean, like it's just a process of you're like, okay, well, I know how that makes me feel when I see something like that, so let's maybe not look for stuff like that anymore.
Agreed.
But I know, I mean, like, I know it's out there, but like, we don't have to look for it.
Yep. Agreed. All right. Two final questions for you. First question is, if you could only have sex in two positions for the rest of your life, what would they be and why?
Um, oh man. Eh, I guess missionary because it's easy and and you can like kiss easily and like it feels good and like it's not awkward. Um, and writing, like I guess me writing because I can get off real fast that way.
Dude, you and I are so similar. It's unreal.
I'm like, I don't even need them to do anything. I'm like, you just stay still. I'm gonna do everything.
I like it. All right. My final question is, and you've had a pretty interesting life. Everything you've done, seen, experienced, heard, all that good stuff. If there was one piece of advice you could give to the people watching, what would it be?
Um, mm, I think just like do uh, whatever you can to like live your most authentic self. Like, and when something, because like whenever I always have feelings about things when I shouldn't do them, and when I ignore them, when I ignore that instinct to not do something or to do something, it always fucks me up. It always bites me in the ass. Like I always like I trust your instincts too. Like it's like if you're my age, you know yourself well enough, you know what's gonna work for you and what's not. So like just let yourself make the right decisions.
Agreed 100%. All right. So finally, where can someone find you on Twitter, Instagram, OnlyFans, Just for Fans, YouTube, all that good shit? Talk about your podcast, anything and
Okay.
everything.
Well, the podcast is Sorry for Asking. That's on YouTube and like Spotify, Apple, wherever podcasts are. Um, Twitter is Cole Connor XX. Everything is minus two X's. so Twitter and OnlyFans. Um, Instagram is Cole Connor Official, all one word. And what else is there?
Just for fans, maybe.
Just for Fans is the same as OnlyFans, Cole Connor XX. Um, yeah, I think
Okay.
they
And what
can
do you
find
talk
me.
about on your podcast?
We have like other performers and like directors and like just people in the porn industry and that we've worked with. Adam has been in it like a lot longer than me. So we kind of talk about like how it's changed since he has been in it. We talk about like how the porn that we watched that we were like first introduced to kind of like shapes what we're into and like what we like to watch, and it kind of sticks with you. You know, I think that, but I kind of like, because we asked people like, oh,
Oh,
what's the first thing that you ever saw, and is it still what you like?
damn, dude, I'm feeling called out right now because if you were to look at all the downloaded porns on my computer, they're all 15 to 20 years old. I
Yeah,
still watch the same
I
shit.
still watch the old stuff. I have my go-tos. I have my saved like like fucking 30 pages of saved scenes.
Yep. Oh my god. All right. Well, I had a blast talking to you. This was a lot of fun.
Me too.
Um, Cole, don't go anywhere. For those of you watching, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I will link Cole's link tree down below because that's the only thing that YouTube will permit me to link. But I hope you guys all have an amazing week.
Bye, guys.
Hey guys, just wanted to say thank you for watching this video, and if you did really enjoy it, I just wanted to mention there are two ways that you can help to support this channel. On the right side, there are three little dots. If you click those, there is a super thanks button, and on the left-hand side, there is a join button where you can join this channel. There are three different tiers of memberships. The top tier does actually allow one-on-one messaging with me via Discord, and I personally answer that. It is not a service. That's just, both of those are ways that you can help support me as a content creator in this channel. I mention this because YouTube is by far the thing that I enjoy doing the most. It's the thing I'm most passionate about. And unfortunately, a lot of the sexual videos, the porn star confessions, the Dom sub, all that stuff, it is not monetized due to the nature of the videos. But either way, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I hope you guys all have an absolutely amazing week. I love you all.